All right. Let me know if you can see my Pokemon screen.
Yep.
Can you
Sure
see that
can.
okay? Okay, I'm going to do a demo for you guys. For if you guys haven't seen Pokemon Go yet, I'll show you. This is actually my live phone right here that is sitting on my desk right here. It's not like a video or something like that. So, in fact, you guys want to hear about it first, or you gotta want to see it first? You guys want to see it? Okay, let's talk about it for a little bit. So, so basically, Pokemon Go is swept the entire world by storm. It's really incredible. And the funny thing about it is that there are people who have been shut at home for a long time. You know, like these 32-year-old, guys and people who still live with mom and dad and stuff like that, who don't come out of the house because they're like full-time gamers and stuff like that. Well, they're accidentally getting some exercise and their legs are hurting. It's the funniest thing ever. You hear the complaints about people saying, "Man, my feet and legs are so sore." Like, you haven't walked for more than a mile in like the last 6 months. And now that you have, you're starting to get all sore, right?
There's all these memes, if any of you guys have seen it, with, sore legs. They're really funny. Like you say, there's people that they've got their comfy chair, and that's where they spend most of their time.
It's the funniest thing ever, but it's a good thing in a lot of ways because it's getting a lot of people out of the house. It gets them meeting each other, social in a lot of ways. Sometimes it gets really competitive. But in other ways, it's just a cool way to get out of the house and experience some things. Now, let me tell you a real-life thing. So my kids were playing this. I just got back from a vacation, and my kids are older. Like, my youngest one is like 16 years old, and so or 17 years old now. And so he and a couple of his buddies and his older brother and stuff, they had just downloaded this game just to kind of like goof around with it a little bit, see what the craze was. So here we are in the middle of nowhere in California, and they're like, "Did you know that there is a, I don't even know what you call it, like the torch that people run with on the Olympics?" They said, "There's a torch right over here in this Starbucks. You want to go see it?" I'm like, "How do you know that? This is the first time we've ever been here." And they're like, "It's the Pokemon game. There's I forget what they call it. It's I don't know. I don't really know the game that much yet, but it's like a lure or something like that. So something you can go see." And so anyway, we walk into this Starbucks. It's just like a normal Starbucks in like this, little area where there's like a grocery store and some other places. And sure enough, there's this amazing torch, and it has this big story behind it of the people who carried it and where they went. And it's like, it's a legit torch. It's really cool. And I'm just like, this is actually pretty cool. And so for the rest of our vacation, we would stop at different places that Pokemon indicated that there was like something cool there, and we would go see cool stuff all over, right? So anyway, that's not the purpose of the game, but that's kind of how we used it for. But basically, it's just like Pokemon. You got to catch them all, right? And so let me just show you a little demo, and then I'll tell you why it is becoming such a craze. Now, so I'm just walking around my room, so I'm going to get a little bit quiet here, so I might have to talk a little bit louder. But let me show you. It has, like, you see in the top right corner up here where it says AR. You guys see this AR right up in this corner? That stands for augmented reality. And I'm going to turn this on real quick. And so basically, I'm going to put this in the middle of my room. So this is my room it's my office that I'm in. So you can see my main cabinet there, the video game. You can see this Pokemon that's like jumping around my house. You can see this is where I work. So that's my computer right there. But the Pokemon is still back over here, right? Is that pretty cool or what? I don't know if you can hear me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to catch him. Boink! Oh, I missed him. So I'm going to try to get him again. I don't know. I suck at this, right? Boom. Okay, I got him. So now he's like sitting on my floor, right? What's he going to do? Wait for it? Gotcha. All right, cool. So my Charmander was caught. Okay, and I just earned some points and stuff like that. So that's kind of the craze right there. It's pretty cool, right? So it goes a lot farther and deeper than that, too. So basically, it's really unprecedented as far as like how fast this has grown. It's only been out for a very short time. Less than a week after its launch, this augmented reality game has been installed on twice as many phones as Tinder. And it's actually, it's double the engagement of Snapchat, believe it or not. And it's starting to rival and eclipse Twitter in the percent of daily users. So this is not just like a little kid's game. This is like something that a lot of people are starting to get involved with and starting to have some fun with and get out of the house and do some and stuff. And if you are a local marketer, you should be all over this. So this is just going to be like a little introduction. But if you guys are smart, what you guys would do is go out there and research this and get this installed on your phones. It works best on an Android phone. You'd have your kids install it, your wife install it, your spouse, whatever. And you would start learning how this thing works, because then the next thing you could do is you can take it to a local business. Now, the first thing you need to do with the local business is you need to find out if the business is a gym or what they call a Pokestop. Now, the difference between the two is quite significant. So basically, what makes a Pokemon, what makes this different is that it's just like people go out and they do stuff. And so if you're a local business, they can go to your business, right? And so you can leverage like massive sales if you take advantage of this. And so there's really like no map on like where all the Pokemon are and stuff like that. I'm sure eventually it'll get there, but basically what you have to do is you have to go out there and attract the people that are around you that can kind of see the Pokemon around them. And so what you want to do is, if you're a small business, you want to go out there and let's just take it for instance. So say for instance you're a microbrewery or like a restaurant, right? And so a real life example is, I'll give you two real life examples. One of them is that there is in a college town, within minutes of dropping a lure, which is like, it's just like a thing that you drop in your restaurant to, a lure is to draw Pokemon close to you so that they can catch them. As soon as there was a lure that was dropped, there was 30 people that walked in within just a few minutes of dropping the lure. And then there's another guy who said he owns a pizzeria that's a Pokestop, and he says he literally did this all day. He says he had a ton of kids and adults, mostly adults, come in for a slice of pizza and a drink until the lure ran out. Now, you guys may be thinking, well, maybe it's really expensive to buy a lure and drop it and stuff like that, but you know what? It's not. So basically, for I'm not going to go into the details, but basically for $100, it gets you 84 hours of lure time. So it's basically $1.19 per hour to have people be interested and come into your establishment and have Pokemon come to them. So how cool is that if you're a restaurant to have say, come on in and we'll have Pokemon come in and you can catch them while you're here, right? And so it's really easy to do that. Let me see if I can show you here. I don't know if I can or not. Let me see. So I just caught my first Pokemon, so you can see I'm not an addict because that was my first one. Pretty cool. Okay, what should I call myself? Right? Whoops, I spelled right. Capturing the right. Oh, only letters are allowed. Oh well. So anyway, so let's go and do that. Okay, so let's see here. It isn't available. Oh, great. We'll do. Let's go. Dang, somebody else got Chris go. It's like everybody in the whole world is already done here, right? Hopefully the other Chris Ormiston hasn't gotten it yet. I got it before him. Okay, great. Okay, great. So let's see if we can do find a place here. Okay, it's time to go. Okay, let's go. So now, see this little Pokemon at the bottom, this little Pokeball? If you click on this, you can go down here to items, or actually go back here. Go back to shop. You see that right at the top there? If you go there, you can go down and let's see, you can buy these, all these things in here. This is how they make money, by the way. Let's see if you can buy a lure in this one. Doesn't look like it. Maybe it's under items. Incense. Okay, so basically this incense right here, what you can do is you can put this incense here and it will draw to you, kind of a thing, right? So if you're a store owner, you want to do incense, and then later on you can do, I think it's in items too, you can do a lure of some kind. I didn't see it on there. Maybe you guys saw it. Let's see if there's a lure here. anyway, there's incense, there's eggs. Oh, here you go. See the lures right there? The lure module and then 8 lure modules or whatever. So that's what the businesses would buy to activate it. And so basically it lasts for, I think, about 30 minutes or so, something like that, a lure. And it'll keep people in there for about 30 minutes until you drop another lure. But you could do that all day, and people will become rushing in to the place of business. So you can really capitalize on that. Now, the second one, remember we talked about whether you're a stop or a gym. So if you're near a gym or you have like an amphitheater or something close to you, you can have like battles that are there. And so you can draw like tons of people, and people want to come, and they spend time kind of like fighting each other back and forth and defending territories. There's different teams, all that kind of stuff. And so if you have that, then you can have tons of people go there and potentially frequent the restaurant or the business or whatever if you can sponsor a gym that's close to there. And there's all different types of things. There's giveaways. There's Pokemon gym badges. There's companies out there that are giving away T-shirts for the winners, for the people who go there and stuff like that. Is a big draw to come there again. Don't you think you're going to come back there the next day if you got a T-shirt the first day, right? Defend your territory. And so they can keep up. There's companies out there keeping score on like chalkboard type things, and it's just fun to get social and talk with people about it and have fun with it, kind of a thing. And so basically, you basically take your business on the road by, people go to your business by taking Pokemon on the road basically, and so you can promote yourself on social media and say, hey, we've got all this stuff. There's like a lot of cool stuff in here. Now, here is an article right here from Forbes magazine. So, I mean, this has gone big time. I mean, all the big magazines and online journals and news agencies are talking like crazy about this. And so, basically right here, you can see that they're giving you 6 different ways to use Pokemon Go in your local marketing campaign. So, literally, to find this, type in Forbes Pokemon local business, something like that in Google. And in fact, let me just put this in the link right here so you can just click it. I'm going to put this in the
There's also another
chat.
one. There's also another one too in Inc. magazine. You have a look at, do the similar sort of search, not local marketing, but local business.
Okay.
Pokemon.
So here's the
local
Inc. magazine
business.
one. So there's your Forbes and Inc. right there. So go and click on those if you want to. But basically this gives you 6 ideas on how to use this for your local business. Drop lures to bring in trainers. So that's what we just talked about. So it'll last for 30 minutes, like you can see right here, and you can benefit from this. Now let me tell you a really specific real-life example of this. Now these guys right here, and this just happened like yesterday or the day before. So these guys right here are, let me see here, their name is Nano 108 Brewing in Denver, Colorado. And everybody who lives in Denver know these guys. They're iconic over there. You see this beer truck right here? Let me show you a little closer picture of it. This beer truck right here was picked up by Google, and they were made in the game without them even knowing. They were made like an icon. And so people go there to catch Pokemon or to do something there. I don't even know this. But there's tons of people. So this guy who runs this microbrewery called Nano 108 Brewery right here, where this truck is parked out of, he knows that there's a horde of people out there, and he's just going, did something happen to my truck? What's going on? There's tons of cars around and lots of things going on. He's like, and so finally somebody explained it to him. He's like, did I mention that my beer is 10% off today? And everybody came rushing in, and he's been selling out all of his beer. And so he's been selling just tons and tons and tons of food and drinks and stuff like that to all the Pokemon goers. And there's like some jokes going around. He's like, he says, now I can get drunk for 10% less over at Nano Brewery kind of thing. And so it's just really, it's like, oh, here's the sore legs become pandemic. So these things are becoming memes and stuff like that now. It's pretty funny. So I just
like
this
that.
guy, right?
They accidentally get exercise.
Accidentally
Totally
get exercise.
That's great.
All right, so that's pretty funny.
I just wanted to mention too, Chris, I just thought I saw there's a guy here, this is just another example, another take on it in Gold Coast, up here in Australia, up in Queensland, the Gold Coast and that. He's set up a business where he's doing Pokemon tours. And what he's doing is he's leveraging off like a Uber type thing, and he's charging
Oh, that's
$30 to
such a great
$40
idea.
an hour to take people around to all of these things, and he's got queues, lined up left, right, and centre.
That is
And
actually
I
on
thought, there you
page
go.
2.
You think
Let me
you
show you
think
this. So
about that?
these guys at Forbes teach you, like, they tell you how to do this right here. Give tips and show your participation in the game right here. So like as a local business, you can not only host gym battles, but like right here, advertise rare Pokemon and where they can be found in your area. So they'll come to you just to find out where all the cool stuff is. Just like, that's a genius idea, by the way, to drive them around as an Uber guy. So you're making double money. You're making Uber money and you're making the $40 an hour to to show them around and stuff like that. So it just takes a little bit of effort to go out and find out like where all the cool Pokemon are. Now, that being said, there is a map out here, and you can find the link to this on the Inc. magazine article right here. But basically, this is on Reddit right here, and this will tell you like which ones are more rare than others. Right here. So like these are all the most convenient or the most common ones right here. Let's see, where's the one that I just caught? His name was I don't remember what his name was. I didn't see him. So anyway, so these guys right here, it'll tell you like how rare they are. So like when you find something that's like very rare or something like that, oh, it's right. This guy right here. Mine is a special one right here that I just caught, the Charmander. And so basically, you can see, like when you find out what guys are, you can start creating a map, and people will come to you to find out like where all the cool stuff is. And basically the way you let people know is on your Facebook and social media and stuff like that, to let people know that like you have like 15 rare to very rare epic Pokemon that you can tell them where it is. And so that's a great way to kind of advertise. And so it's just a really great opportunity to go out there and just help these businesses market themselves with this super craze that's out there that nobody quite understands, but they're having a lot of fun with. So anyway, I don't want to go too much more into it. Basically, a lure here. Let me kind of go through this a little bit. This is a little bit rough as far as language right here, but this is basically people's take on what a lure is. It says, if you want discounted drinks, take hold of the gym. To do so, you have to go to a location to be able to battle. What most people do when they're battling, buy drinks. As a manager for a store, Pogo is amazing. So much foot traffic. It's time to invest in some lures. It says, oh man, this is brilliant. Is there anything near my job? I'm doing this. I want to believe that some genius little kid out there has set up a lemonade stand on top of a gym in a park or whatever, and has set up a lure.
Yeah,
It's collecting those sweet
great,
quarters.
Yeah.
And so basically right here it tells you how much it is. $100 gets you 170 lures, which is 85 hours worth of traffic, or people coming into your college town bar or restaurant or whatever. And then they start talking about, well, what's the difference between a lure and incense? So you place a lure at a Pokestop, and it acts as an incense or attracts Pokemon to it so that everyone else can use, if they're near that particular Pokestop, they can go in there and it just brings the Pokemon to them, makes it easier, right? And so incense attracts Pokemon to yourself versus a lure attracts it to a location. And you can use them both at the same time and all that stuff. And it says, yeah, it works on, and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, this is pretty cool. And so this piggybacks on the whole virtual reality 360 videos and things that are coming out. Maybe I can ask you guys, have you guys seen the 360 video and the virtual reality goggles and stuff they have out there now? Now, I'm not talking about the ones that are like Oculus Rift and the things that cost like $1,000. I'm talking about the ones that cost $28 that you can get on Amazon. Have you guys seen those? No, haven't seen it. Haven't seen it yet. No? Okay. Well, let me show you a picture of what one of them looks like. I'm just going to go to Amazon here real quick. It's because you got to get an idea of what it looks like, right? So I'm just going to type in okay, so I'm going to show you, okay, let me see if I can find the one that I bought. I think it's right off the front page here. This is the one I bought right here. $25, right? Honestly, the best $25 I ever spent, and let me tell you why. because this thing is the craziest thing ever. Basically, this is nothing but a plastic housing to hold your phone. So it just holds your phone. You stick your phone in it, and you watch these amazing movies. Let me show you what one of these movies looks like. This right here is what the movie looks like when you put it on your goggles, because like each eye sees it right here. So I'm going to play this just for a second so you can see what it looks like, okay? So you can see that it's kind of like looking through a glass bowl or something like that, right? So this is kind of what it looks like in your eyes. But let me show you what it looks like in real life here. I have this brought up on actually a 360. No, I'm just playing this off of YouTube, by the way. This is no special software. It doesn't cost anything. This particular video right here was made by the people who made the Fast and the Furious. So this is what it looks like when you play this right here. Oh, come on. Of course, it's not going to play now, right? Okay, let me just refresh this here. Okay. So this is what the video looks like when it's playing. Come on now. Of course it doesn't work, right, when I do the demo. Dang it. Okay. It's probably because everybody else in the world is trying to watch it at the same time, right? So anyway, I'll just give it a second to start up. But really what it is the 360 video means you can when you put these goggles on, you can look all around 360 degrees, and it's all this movie. You look behind you and you see people behind you. You look in front of you, you see the monster that's coming out. You look to the side, you see buildings and cars driving by. It's really an immersive experience. It's just unbelievable. So let me restart this real quick here. Come on now.
Just drop that link, Chris, into the...
There you go. You have to watch it in a Chrome browser. It won't work in other browsers. I don't know if it'll work in Firefox or not, but Chrome is the one I'm looking at it in. Come on. Let's see if I can get it to catch.
One other thing I was going to mention that's in that Ink magazine too, I was looking at just...
I get it going. Sorry. It's totally worth it. It's totally worth it to wait for a second. I promise you. It's just totally sick. Anyway, what were you going to say about the Ink magazine one?
I just dropped down. Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Just in the find it, in the number one, it says find out if your business is a gym or a Pokestop. Just towards the end, the second last paragraph, it's got check out the map here after you install the Ingress app. So there's an Ingress app made by the same people that make Pokemon Go that is a different game, but apparently, I'm just reading here,
It has some sort of a map.
which it maps virtually one-to-one with Pokemon Go, Pokestops and gyms for whatever reason. Now,
So
it's a different game, but
it'll give you an edge or
indication of where... Yeah, rather than actually having to be in the area to show up, apparently, that's my take on it, that it'll show up all of the different ones in wherever you want to look, and you'll be able to see.
Now, by the way, you need to sign up for this on the Google Play Store on an Android phone. It won't work on your iPhone, the Ingress. So you have to have an Android phone to be able to take advantage of it. So
Okay.
just as an FYI. Yeah, we're going to try this on Firefox here. Okay, cool. I can show you this right here in Firefox. Cool. All right, so basically this right here is the movie that you're seeing. But look at this. I'm going to drag my mouse around to show you what it looks like when you look around with your head. You can see, you can look up in the sky. You can see, boom, something just hit like right by you. And when you play the music along with it and all the sound, it's like you're standing right there. And then, for instance, if you want to look around behind you, you can look around and you see what the people are looking at behind you. Then you can see, oh, there's like a little thing down there. What is that? Is that E.T.? Oh, it's not E.T. So then you start looking to the side. Somebody took a picture of him and it just knocked him over. Anyway, So I'll let this play for a little bit while we're kind of talking. But basically, this is all the craze right here that kind of Pokemon is following behind, because a lot of the kids and stuff like this have been playing around with this for a while, and like you could see the augmented reality on the Pokemon kind of like is like a virtual reality that they've been starting to experience here for a little bit right here. So I mean, this is pretty cool that that all this is happening. But the cool thing about the Pokemon stuff is that it takes people outside and they become social rather than just like watching movies like this is, right? So anyway, we spent quite a bit of time on this because we thought it was fun and interesting. But if you guys are interested in this, you should probably do some research on your own. Get into the game yourself, learn it and understand it, so you can take this to small businesses and say, look, I'll dedicate some time to help you get some more customers here. And if I can bring at least 50 customers a day for 3 days, you're going to pay me $250. All right? How's that for 3 days worth of work, right? So so you can do that. And what you do is you just bounce around. You do five or six restaurants at the same time, and you just like start dropping lures for them, that kind of thing, right? Or teach them how to do it. So anyway, I hope this is fun and interesting for you. Or you can come over and see. You can see the monster that's coming in the back end. Rawr. All right, cool. So anything else that you want to end with, Andy, before we break for this session?
No, I think we've pretty much covered everything, unless there are any questions. Linda was just asking link to the YouTube video and what the headsets are that you bought.
Okay. All right, good question. So here's the link to the video. It's called Help, and it was created by the team who did Fast and the Furious. And the headsets, I mean, there's a ton of them out there, so I'm not really saying these are the best ones or whatever. But let's see here. These are the ones I bought, and I'm super happy with them because you can take these little things off right here to utilize your camera, so you can have virtual reality. There's like certain things out there where like things will dance around on your desk. It's unbelievable. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and pack it up for the day. Thanks everyone for joining us. I hope you guys had a little bit of fun today. We kind of took a little tangent on some stuff that was fun, and if you guys are inclined, to go do the Pokemon thing, knock yourself out, and let us know how you did. If you do, I mean, I think everybody would be super interested to see if you're able to help some people out, and to kind of have some fun with that. So now that I just installed this today, like this afternoon on my phone, so I'll probably get addicted to it here pretty soon.